Hello wonderful interpreters, thank you for tuning in and welcome back to our election series. In this video, I'm going to show you more evidence about WFSE's plans throughout the years for LNI interpreters, including taking over our industry and what they still want from you. So without further ado, let's get into episode number 5. Please remember to pause the screen whenever you want to read something and make sure to watch this entire video. You see, it all started more than 10 years ago when WFSE leaders started dreaming about getting union dues from LNI interpreters. Well, their challenge is that, like everything, the LNI system is not perfect. However, it is better than the DSHS system for interpreters. So convincing LNI interpreters to unionize has always been tough for them. So this is what they have done using their own multiple step system. Step 1. Demonize, alienate, and divide the industry. They started doing this back in 2012 in front of legislators. So watch this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. For the record, I'm Dennis Eagle with the Washington Federation of State Employees, here testifying in support of House Bill 2701. We proposed a complaint process to protect interpreters from the significant levels of harassment they're facing from language agencies.
Good evening, Chairman Sells, members of the committee. My name is Alfonso Bautista. Corrupt schedulers, they determine who will work and who will not. Grant LNI interpreters union right and expand the scope of bargaining rights to bring fairness to a corrupt and wasteful system.
Step number 2. Create a statewide monopoly by hooking up my friends with sweet deals.
Good afternoon, members of the committee. My name is Ed Saldivar. I am a Spanish certified code interpreter and the CEO of eInterpreters, the software as a service company located in Everett, Snohomish County. We have designed and implemented the first web-based centralized interpreter management software system named OneLingua that allows for the consolidation of interpreter services by all state agencies as well as private sector organizations. Our cloud-based software schedules, invoices, and pays interpreters for all 3 delivery modes: in-person, telephonic, and in-video interpreting without the need of expensive call centers. OneLingua has been successfully implemented in Taquila and Sita Municipal Courts. Let me show how this works. My business could do this for in-person, telephonic, and video scheduling for less than half this cost.
Members of the committee, my name is Milena Calderari-Waldron. I am a court-certified interpreter and the secretary of WITS, the Washington Interpreters and Translators Society. WITS fully supports this bill.
After testifying with his friend Milena from WFSE and offering his OneLingua company to the legislature, as you just saw, there was one more thing for Mr. Zaldivar to do. A year later, in 2014, he became the registered agent for the Language Link Corporation from Connecticut, whose owner is Marisa Giglio. And just like that, another one of Milena's friends was included in WFSE's takeover of the LNI interpretation system, as I have covered before in my videos. This is the company that later changed its name to Interpreting Works to do business here in Washington State. And as you know by now, LNI decided to ignore all of the qualified and bigger language companies in our state and awarded the scheduling system contract to the one company with obvious ties to WFSE leaders and their friends, claiming later there was no conflict of interest. Ha! Well, as soon as this happened, WFSE leaders claimed ignorance about it, saying they were just, quote, gathering information about the new vendor. Was it really hard to get that information from your longtime friends? I wonder. Step number 3. Create an advisory group to the state and appoint yourself with your friends to control it.
We support this bill, especially the section creating the advisory group. We anticipate the cost of the DSHS advisory group to be $15,000 a year, not $39,000. We also look forward to a transparent, competitive bidding process that would award a contract for a one-stop shopping solution for interpreter services delivered in person, telephonic, and video.
Step number 4. Create a process to intimidate and police interpreters instead of respecting LNI's ability to deal with a few bad apples.
My name is Aida Sanchez Vela. The new model uses one company to coordinate. There is a process in place that helps to get rid of bad apples. There is a process in place that helps to get rid of bad apples.
Step number 5. Make it a law. Promise independent interpreters they'll be fine, then influence LNI to severely restrict their ability to bill directly.
My name is Leroy Mold. I'm president of Interpreters United. One point that is extremely important to make at the end of all the anxiety and the concern that has been expressed is that the bill still allows for direct contracting for independent contractors with labor and industries, and that's as simple as it gets. It's still there for them to be able to contract directly.
And you'll know what happened after this. I even gave them a chance for a shot at a union with them, but they deceived us, and I do not regret doing so because I learned their tricks, I learned their intentions, and we were able to form Washington Interpreters with very qualified interpreters that have been leaders in our industry for a long time. And here we are about to have this election at the end of the month. On the one hand, they have been apologizing to LNI interpreters, saying like, oh, Milena has been there, saying like, hey, I wish I could have done things differently. But on the other hand, they keep on alienating interpreters and direct billers, aka independent interpreters like ourselves, creating online petitions to supposedly reform the system because many LNI interpreters, according to them, violate the code of ethics. And they're not even done yet. Look, they want to destroy independent interpreters completely. It's not enough to restrict billing directly for all of us, they have to intimidate us. And what you see right here is the procedure for a no-show. This provider was to report a no-show, and it says right here that this may lead to the interpreter losing their DSHS credential. Are you kidding me? For a no-show, before investigating, even though it says right there, there's going to be an investigation, but before investigating, you have to put in there that they are in danger of losing their certification. That's what WFSE does. So they want you to think that Milena Calderari-Waldron is no longer a leader with Local 1671. Oh no, yeah, she's still at the DSHS Advisory Committee holding a lot of power, and they have the power to take away your certification for anything really. I mean, you could see it. And not only that, as you can see right here from this image, she sits at the policy committee from their Local 1671 union. She's the chair. And then the WFSE Executive Board from November 2021 to October 2023. She's there with the ability to create and implement policy like she's been doing for all of these years. So don't be deceived. They could put somebody else in there as a face, but the same puppeteers keep on controlling the game. And do you think that they have learned anything after all that they have done to all of us? No, they still want your union dues. Let me tell you something. If they win, nothing is going to change whatsoever. Things are only going to get worse because they'll solidify power by winning the election. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about power, union dues, and hooking up their friends with sweet deals. The evidence is there. Now you all see it again. In closing, I want to say this to you. These people from WFSE, those WFSE leaders, they have been engaging in personal attacks against me and my fellow Washington Interpreters Board members because we're friends. So yes, we became friends when we formed Washington Interpreters. But guess what? I am a friend of the workers. The people that, like me, work for a living and stand to lose everything if we make bad decisions. Who are WFSE leaders' friends? Oh yeah, the same people that lobbied to the state to take away your ability to bill directly and to leave you without any options. The same people that hold the monopoly right now statewide, and they want to keep on hooking up their friends and enslave you to only have the option of the scheduling system. At the end of the month, you have to make a choice. I like the fact that we've been ahead all this time, but I do not take your vote for granted. We at Washington Interpreters do not take your vote for granted. What we're confident about is that we have shown to you that we have done everything in our power with no resources to advocate for you, for all of us, not asking for any money whatsoever. And one more thing. There are a couple of interpreters, and I gotta say, some from the other union that fell to the wayside because they couldn't get it done to be on the ballot. And these people want to confuse you because they're like flip-flopping all the time. They don't know what to do, and they frankly want another shot at having a union if we have no election or if WFSE wins. Let me tell you something. Now it's the time to deal with WFSE. Washington Interpreters has provided us with the opportunity to have this election, to get rid of these people interfering in our affairs and to take control of our destiny by empowering ourselves as the workers, making our own decisions and keeping all of our dues money at the local level. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel in order to keep on getting more relevant information for our interpreting community. See you in the next video. Do not lose hope, and as always, God bless.